I am honored to welcome everyone to the very first RISE Virtual Expo and Showcase. What a year this has been. Thank you everyone who is attending this evening. We appreciate your support and could not be able to do what we do without you. I encourage all of you to visit as many as you can tonight after our pitches are complete. This year has been incredibly difficult and has offered all of us a unique opportunity to come face to face with realities that are out of our control. On a positive note for us, we could not have designed a better experience for our students to test their entrepreneurship abilities. I've had a front row seat with this group of students, and I've watched them pivot, retool, and become resourceful to innovate and hustle. I've been inspired and blown away by our students, and I can promise you our future looks bright. I'd like to take a brief bit of time to share how RISE has evolved over the last 5 years. From our humble beginnings as a single cohort in St. Joe County, we've helped one more program launch in our county. We've had another program start in Elkhart County, and we've also started a college program called Applied Entrepreneurship that serves all of the colleges in our region. This past year, RISE has also done quite a bit of work down in Indianapolis, working with the Department of Education to make sure that there aren't any barriers to the entrepreneurship pathway, so more students in our state can access programs like ours. In addition, we have partnered with Ivy Tech Indianapolis, where we're helping them create curriculum, instructor training, and mentorship to support Ivy Tech Indy with the hopes of taking our programming statewide in the near future. These times have proven more than ever for the incredible need for students to have opportunities like ours, student inquiry, student-driven education options. The work that our students, program directors, and board members have put in has allowed RISE to evolve to become a curriculum company that offers entrepreneurial ecosystem mapping, programming, mentorship, and teacher training. We are excited to have you along for the journey as we continue to be a leader in entrepreneurship education. None of this would be possible without the support of our communities. A huge thank you to the hundreds of businesses who have opened their doors to our students for tours, for giving their precious time to come speak to us early in the morning, to our investors and mentors who support our students and the work that we do. We could not be here without you. The heartbeat of our work really is our students, though. Without them and their tenacious commitment and belief in us, none of us would be where we are today. Parents, we appreciate you for making sure that your students were up early and to us every morning by 7:30, and for allowing them to stay up late to finish projects, and for letting them fail forward and struggle when it would have been easier to step in and solve problems for them. A huge thank you to Brian Sitley, RISE board member and volunteer extraordinaire, who has dedicated consistently 3 mornings out of his week before COVID and has consistently dedicated hours upon hours of time to help students on Zoom over the past 2 months to make it happen. To Ryan Bliss, a Notre Dame esteemed grad student who's been a volunteer and has dedicated every morning to work with our St. Joe program. We appreciate you, and we are inspired by your passion for entrepreneurship education. To Kat Edmonds and Lauren Salela, 2 of our alumni that have stepped up in major ways and have either worked for us or have volunteered time to make sure major projects get across the finish line. To Matt Sheldon and Greg Feen, our Applied Entrepreneurship alumni students from the very first year, who have also mentored our students, have donated products to our students for their projects. We appreciate you, and you are a true example of what it means to be an alumni of RISE. The biggest, most important thank you from me goes to our program directors. Laura Bryan, Lizzie Sheets, Matthew Stakowitz, it takes a special kind of crazy to do the work that you do. Sometimes it's drill sergeant, sometimes it's teacher, sometimes it's event organizer, and lately it's been tech gurus. This year has challenged all of us in ways that we never imagined, and I am so incredibly proud to be on your team. You make it happen every single day, and we couldn't do what we do without you. Without further ado, I'd like to introduce Lauren Salela, Startup Moxie alum from the class of 2019, who will help me co-host our event tonight. Lauren, take it away.
Thank you, Iris. That was wonderful. It's been great to work alongside with you. So as Iris mentioned, my name is Lauren Salela, and I'm part of the class of 2019. Currently, I am a freshman, I just finished my freshman year at Butler University in Indianapolis, and I am studying entrepreneurship and innovation with a double in marketing. My involvement through RISE first started as a student, and over the course of the year, I was able to take many more leadership roles on and continue to work with RISE over the summer as an intern with many different projects and really getting my hands in on what our organization is a part of. And then as I moved into Indianapolis, I thought my hands were free, but Iris wrapped me right back in, and I was able to work on the Indianapolis Ivy Tech project that she mentioned earlier. Through all the different roles that I've had, I've been able to learn so many incredible things from the program and truly learn how wonderful our community is, and to be able to better myself for the future and really learn what I want to do with my college education. So to begin, for just some basic introduction to the format of Hop-In, I'm sure a lot of you may not be super familiar with it. We are going to hear pitches and personal stories from 3 of our programs, St. Joe County, Elkhart County, and the Applied Entrepreneurship Program. And then after the pitches, you guys will be able to go to the different booths to learn from students and hear from them directly, and even be able to video chat them. And so without further ado, let's begin. So first off, I'd like to invite Theresa Thomas. She's a senior at Marian High School in Mishawaka, and she'll be our first pitch part of the St. Joe County.
All right, hello everyone. My name is Theresa Thomas. I'm a student of Startup Moxie South Bend, and my startup is Dance 300. Dance 300 is a company that focuses on providing a place for dancers to express themselves in a positive and empowering way while also benefiting a higher cause. So this is a new idea for the area of South Bend, but it is modeled after the Millennium Dance Complex in Los Angeles, California. One reason I really wanted to get into the dance industry is because it's becoming more and more popular in today's society. This is due to Dancing with the Stars, World of Dance, and different touring dance companies. In a recent study done by IBIS World, it says that the industry revenue is increasing at an annualized rate of 3.8% to $4 billion. The market size of the dance studio industry in the U.S. increased faster than the economy overall. Another reason I really wanted to get into the dance industry is because I'm a dancer. I've been dancing since I was 4 years old, and I adore it. I love it so much. But I noticed that there was a problem in the South Bend area. So right now, there's really no place for non-member dancers to take classes that offer material that is compatible with their skill level. Right now, these customers are paying ridiculous amounts of money for unreliable services and classes that really just aren't created for them. These customers feel out of place because they are set apart from the company members, and they should be able to walk in and feel completely welcomed in their environment. My solution, Dance 300, provides a safe and affordable environment for dancers to express themselves in a positive manner. It is an intermediate hip-hop class that meets once a week to just let loose and have fun, and it helps benefit a higher cause. It would begin with hip-hop, and eventually I would like to lead it into different types of dance, such as jazz, contemporary, and theatrical. Dance 300 helps dancers improve their skills and grow into themselves as dancers. Like I said before, I've been dancing since I was 4 years old, so I'm fully qualified to lead this. I would be the sole leader of this operation, and I've been trained in ballet, modern, tap, jazz, contemporary, theatrical, hip-hop, and ballroom. Dance 300 would offer your first class as a free trial. Every class after that comes at the low price of $12 for one class, or a $50 package for 5 classes that you can use just whenever you feel like dancing. A certain percentage of this money goes to benefit an end to the human trafficking industry. Right now, I'm looking at working with Operation Underground Railroad. They work specifically with putting an end to the sex trafficking industry. With COVID-19, I've had to look into changing my direction and go into online classes, but I'm still trying to figure out exactly how that's going to work, but stay tuned. So if you're interested, you can contact me at teresakathleen12@gmail.com, or you can register at my booth. Again, it's called Dance 300. And thank you so much for having me.
Thank you, Theresa.
So Iris, I was wondering, what are your future projects? What are you guys looking forward to in the future?
So we've got quite a bit going on right now behind the scenes. With our work down in Indianapolis with Ivy Tech, we are developing a full stack of curriculum. Our students next year in Startup Moxie and moving forward in St. Joe and Elkhart County will be able to receive 18 dual college credits for our high school program, which means they will have a certificate of entrepreneurship. And so we're really excited about what that means for them after. So, walking away from our program with 18 credits in high school, really looking at what does that mean for future education. They're very close then to having associate's degrees, almost having their gen eds covered. So we're just really excited about that work, as well as kind of changing the way that entrepreneurship is education is handled in the K-12 system in Indiana. Right now, there's quite a few roadblocks for students to be able to access entrepreneurship. And so we've done a lot of work with the Department of Education to open up the pathway to make it sure it's available to all the pathways in the state. So that won't happen yet for next year, but in future years, we're very hopeful that it'll happen. So I foresee a lot of coming down to Indy to visit you, Lauren, and keep you busy and Kat busy on their toes. I know both of you will be down there. So we're really, really excited about that work.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. So next, I'd like to introduce two seniors at St. Joseph High School, Adam Wozniak and Josh Juday, and they will be pitching their business.
Hi, I'm Adam Wozniak from Golden Home Delivery. Here's my partner, Josh.
So I'm Josh Juday, and this is Adam Wozniak from Golden Home Delivery. So imagine you're Steve and Patty. You're a diehard ND fan from the South Bend area, but you live in New York now. You come into South Bend for one game a year to see your favorite team play, and when you do so, you choose the rent because it's more comfortable and convenient. You don't want to waste valuable time grocery shopping and going to the ND bookstore. You want to be out with your family and friends and enjoying that all Notre Dame has to offer.
This problem appeals both to rentees and renters. For rentees, they come into Notre Dame just for a home game weekend and they're only here for 2 days. They don't want to waste their limited amount of time shopping for groceries and merchandise. It also appeals to renters like Personal Renters and Rent Like a Champion who want to compete with the big brand like Airbnb. Our solution to this is a service that provides all the basic needs for a person's weekend at Notre Dame, such as food and ND products like ND clothing, hats, seat cushions, or anything they could need for their game. We plan to work with renters such as Airbnb and Rent Like a Champion and various personal renters in this idea.
So the ND market is perfect for what we're trying to do because Notre Dame is really good at football. Year in and year out, they're ranked in the top 25 and they're one of college football's greatest teams. They have fans all over the country, and South Bend's a big college town with lots of renters that are willing to work. The customer that we're trying to attract is those wealthy alumni that Notre Dame produces with the mindset of spending money. Also, the parents of those current students at Notre Dame that come in and week out to visit their kids on the weekends. So there's money to be made in this market. According to a study by ESPN, money circulating in the South Bend economy on a Notre Dame football home game is $16 million from the usual average on a weekend of $1.5 million. On Rent Like a Champion for next year's Clemson game, a 2-night rental goes anywhere between $2,000 and $10,000. That shows that people are willing to spend money to have a good time.
For our business model, we plan to utilize the pickup grocery services like what Martin's does and order the food and get the merchandise the customer wants and then pick up the groceries and merchandise and then take them to each rental house and stock the house completely before the customer arrives. This allows the customer to have as much fun as possible when they get to Notre Dame so they don't waste their time. Financially, the way we plan to make a profit is to do a markup of the bill in merchandise. So if the bill, for example, is $200, our markup would be 40%. So that would make the bill $280. $200 would go to the food and groceries, and then $80 would go to us. We project between the two of us that we can handle 25 houses in a weekend. And with a few other people helping us, we could easily get up to 75 houses. If you guys have any questions or advice, please let us know. Visit our booth at Golden Home Delivery or email us at goldenhomedelivery1@gmail.com. Thank you.
Thank you, Adam and Joshua. Great to learn about your service business. I'd like to take a quick minute to mention a project that happened because of COVID-19. We had a group of Startup Moxie students that I had the pleasure to work with to finish out the school year, who took on creating an entire new game show episode series. So it was an eight episode event. And I'd like to take time to thank the companies that participated with this group of students. So we had Tire Rack, RSM, Growing Kids, Notre Dame General Counsel, Career Academy South Bend, South Bend Lions, South Bend Cubs, and Graham Allen Partners. And drum roll, please, Lauren. The winner of Moxie Madness was Growing Kids. Congratulations. We are also excited to announce that you have received a VIP tailgate package provided by our alumni, Matt and Greg. So you will get to go to Soldier Field to the VIP Arena Club, where it will include gourmet grilled food, premium bars, wait service, complimentary cigars, and entertainment. I was fortunate enough to go to the Bears-Packers game, their very first Arena Club last year, and it was an absolute blast. So congratulations, and have fun on Startup Moxie. All right, do we have our next speaker ready to go?
I think so, Iris. Next, we have Emma Halicki. She is a senior at Mishawaka High School, and she'll be pitching her business to us.
Hi, I'm Emma Halicki, and I'm a senior at Mishawaka High School, and I'm also the founder and CEO of the Bare Necessities. So I'd like to start by introducing you to my family. They're right behind me. So foster care is a very important part of my family's life. When I was 6 years old, my brother Landon came to live with us as a foster child. He came to us with nothing but the clothes on his back right after a traumatic experience, very similar to my sister Maya, who we also had the chance to adopt later on. She came to us with only a small bag of belongings from her neighbor right after a traumatic experience. Now, this is very common for many children entering foster care. They have experienced something traumatic, whether it's abuse, neglect, loss of family member, and so many of them have nothing but the clothes on their backs. And then they're pushed into a stranger's home, and a lot of times they don't have a sense of belonging. I would like to improve how children enter foster care in any small way I can, which is why I started Bare Necessities. What we do is we give these kids a welcome pack full of the bare necessities when they enter foster care. Things like a backpack, a teddy bear, and then we have in it toothbrush and toothpaste, along with pajamas and socks and underwear. Things that make it so that their new foster family can focus on spending quality time with them and getting to know them, instead of having to run to the store to get them stuff to make it to the next day. These bare necessities will help them with that. We are able to provide these welcome packs because we sell t-shirts. As you can see, my family's wearing them, and here's the back. We also accept donations, and this money goes towards creating these welcome packs. 4 shirts sold is able to provide one child in need with a welcome pack full of these bare necessities. What we do is we focus on telling our story. So a huge part of what we do is tell a story. Our social media pages are focused around the story of children entering foster care and how we can improve their start in any small way possible. So in our first month, we have sold 115 shirts, and we've been able to provide 20 welcome packs to Benchmark Family Services, which is a foster care agency in Mishawaka. These welcome packs will be distributed shortly, and we are planning on providing more and more to other organizations as soon as possible. Now, anyone can make a difference in these foster kids' lives. What I'd like to ask you to do is you can visit thebarenecessities.org, and you can buy a shirt or you can donate if you're able. You can also visit me at my booth and hear more about this. We also recently started ambassador programs for people who would like to share about Bare Necessities in any way they would like, and also just other experiences with foster care. We also have social media with Instagram and Facebook, the Bare Necessities shirts that you can follow if you'd like, and just anything you can do to spread the word. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Emma. I'm a proud owner of one of your Bare Necessities shirts, and I love it. Lauren, I wanted to take a minute to ask you what are some of the biggest takeaways that you've had from being in startup?
Definitely. I think for me, being able to form a network at such a young age has been really important for me. Being a high school senior, I really didn't know many other people than who my parents introduced me to or people from school. So being able to expand my own network and creating my own relationships was really important to me, as well as just being really connected into our community. South Bend and Elkhart have so many things to offer, and just being able to really learn more and get like an insight on many of the businesses that are happening in our community have been awesome. For me, making a positive impact on our community was just an awesome opportunity I was able to be a part of. And just knowing that the work that I started over a year ago is still continuing on today, as well as just building relationships. And Iris personally has really taught me how to figure out my own personal why and why do I do the things that I do, finding passion in what I do, and being able to take that into college and be able to go into business school and figure out that I want to go into entrepreneurship and innovation down the road has been so important for me in continuing that as well. So Startup Moxie has given me so many things to take forward into my toolkit, and I'm looking forward to always being a part of the program and continuing to give back in any way that I can.
Awesome.
Thank you. So next up, we have Caden Waugh. He is a senior at Jimtown. So currently we'll be starting to switch over to the Elkhart County students.
Hello, please excuse me while I pull up my presentation here. I believe you should be able to see it. Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Caden Waugh, and I'm the founder of Safeway Home Solutions. Before I dive into my startup, I just want you to take a second and think about the images that come to mind when you hear the word break-in. So for me, it looks a little like this. A home all in shambles, a homeowner in distress, and the potential for a criminal to be out there with some of your most valuable assets. So whether that be important documents like a birth certificate or a social security card, medicine, electronics, spare keys, firearms, you name it. And I discovered through empathy interviews that this is an all too common occurrence. I actually interviewed two friends of mine, Carol and Mitchell, who actually had a home break-in and had this happen to them. Carol was not protected by any security system at all. And Mitchell, on the other hand, had a home security system, but he really wasn't protected. So I took the initiative to dive in and figure out some of the problems in the current home security market. So some of the problems I discovered were the affordability with current options, the confusion surrounding new and emerging technology, and the overall reliability of some of the products that you're buying. And that's when I decided to launch my solutions of a product line of safe storage, shelves, mantles, and drawers. The picture in front of you, you can see our Safeway Classic mantle. This is our Safeway Classic drawer, and I will do a little demo for you. So I have the RFID scanning card right here. And so all you have to do is put it up to the scanner on top. It scans and it opens. And so you can store anything inside. It's springtime, and of course I have allergies. So I have my medicine in here and a spare key for my car that I don't want to lose. I put those right inside and they're locked and safe to go. And we're going to move towards in the future installing safe rooms in pre-existing homes and new home builds. So you may be asking yourself, why did he choose to get in such a tricky market? So you know that the Ring camera, the Ring doorbell, that's a really emerging technology. And also Xfinity Home is very popular. So it's hard to get into a market like this. But in 2019, only 38% of Americans own home security products. And by 2025, we're supposed to see a 64% increase in our target market, middle-class homeowners having home security products. So we have the possibility to take this $31 billion market up to 50 or 75 or 100 of unlocked revenue. And to prove ourselves to the current customers in the security market, we have to have some sort of unique value. So what we did was we took something as simple as a safe, added new technology to it through RFID scanning, and took out the hassle of paying a high price for a ticketed item like this. And that's what our problems are: reliability, technology, and affordability. And also on top of that, I think it has a really nice aesthetic in your home. It looks a lot better than having a safe, which could be easily taken. No one's going to come take your shelf off the wall unless, I don't know. Our revenue model and pricing, our income, the money that we're taking in is going to be from our production fees and installation fees, if they're applicable. Our expenses that we'll have to be paying are our website, our advertising, and obviously the materials and labor to produce it. This drawer right here goes for a selling price of $124.98, and the mantle that you saw on the slide before goes for $164.98. So I ask you all today to follow our social media. We're on Instagram and Facebook at The Safeway Home. Also, feel free to visit our website, safewayhomesolutions.square.site. We have a whole market interface where you can view our current products available. And please feel free to contact me with any comments or questions you have. My LinkedIn is attached, Caden Waugh, and also my email, thesafewayhome@gmail.com. I invite you all to come visit my booth, talk to me about Safeway Home Solutions, see what we're all about, and see the product a little more. Thank you all so much for inviting me here today, and it's been a pleasure.
Awesome work. I love Caden's shelf, and I can't wait to buy one. Such a cool product, and I could see that working really well in dorm rooms across the United States, once they're open again, of course. So let's see, up next. Oh, Lauren, you were going to ask me a question.
Yeah, definitely. I definitely think I should purchase one of those shelves for my unit, for my dorm at school. That'd be great. Iris, I was wondering, so you mentioned earlier about doing some work at the state level. That's a huge step for RISE. Can you talk about more about how we could, what that work looks like?
Definitely. So a lot of it is kind of behind the scenes curriculum and policy work that we've been doing, just making sure to clear the decks for entrepreneurship education, to have a place and space in our state to be, thriving and vibrant across our state. I think it's really important to remove the barriers for students to actually look at entrepreneurship as an option and not just think, oh, that's business. As our students know, entrepreneurship is vastly different from business education. It's about a mindset. It's about being resourceful. It's about being able to think on your feet. And it's really applied in nature. So a lot of that is just kind of almost being an evangelist for entrepreneurship education and the importance that it can have for any student. I'm a firm believer that any student who has the opportunity to experience something like Startup Moxie or applied entrepreneurship will be better off no matter what program or career they go into, because we teach you how to think on your feet and how to be proactive and really be the driver of your future, and not kind of waiting around for other people to tell you what to do and what to think. So a lot of curriculum development, a lot of grant writing, a lot of partnerships and collaboration. We also are really focused on making sure ecosystems are mapped so that we're not doing work that other organizations are doing. We want to partner and collaborate. So a lot of my time is getting to meet really awesome new people down in Indy to see how we might work together.
Great. So next up, I'll be introducing Travis Tabor. He is a senior at Jimtown High School, and he'll be pitching his business.
Hello, my name is Travis Tabor. I'm part of the Elkhart County Startup Moxie program, and my personal passion in startup business is home rebuilds. But before we get started, I'd love to share a quick little story. Ever since around the age of 10, I was always interested and fascinated with construction. I just love to build things. And a huge influence on this was my Uncle Robert. Uncle Robert owned his own handyman business where him and I would go to South Bend, Elkhart, Mishawaka, and perform simple handyman repairs. But an overwhelming problem I noticed going to all these places with him is we'd pass by run-down houses that just needed much more than just a simple home repair. It needed a complete rebuild. Some of these houses you may be familiar with. Listed on your screen, these aren't just random pictures of bad-looking houses, but these are houses that are rotting right here in Elkhart County, and there's nothing being done about them. So through extensive market research, as well as conducting countless interviews with business professionals, as well as community members, I validated the problem that these deteriorating and rundown properties in the area are damaging and demoralizing our local communities. So where Home Rebuild steps in, its vision, its mission really is to rebuild, recreate, reestablish, and remodel these promising homes in the area to really revitalize and rehabilitate the community to reach its fullest potential. The opportunity this provides our community is a lower crime rate, as well as a better education and attracting new business owners and individuals to the area rather than be pushing them away. So I'm not just talking the talk. I'm not just saying I'm going to do all this, but I'm actually doing it. With years of experience, as well as a current project that I'm working on right now, I purchased my first house about a year and a half ago, and I've done all sorts of things from a new flooring, roof, siding, windows, and doors, and so much more. The transformation from an eyesore in a neighborhood to something that's not even comparable to what it is like it is today. And it's expected to sell in roughly about 6 to 8 months for $150,000. My business model revolves around a 30% profit rule. This allows me to continue this as a viable business and have that greater impact. For example, when I do finish the project that I'm working on right now, I'm going to be able to sell that and then purchase 2 or possibly even 3 more projects to continue this business. As well as a big thing I really want to tie in together is we're not just like any home flipper. We're really dedicated on the home revitalization part of the business. We're not cutting corners and covering up things and doing shady repairs, but we're really based on our values of really turn a home into a house or turning a house into a home rather than turning a house into just a shelter or a house. It just isn't going to last, as it just doesn't align with our values as a business. To wrap this up, I want to give a huge thank you for your interest in home rebuilds, as well as make sure to stop by and check our booth out and follow our social media platforms below to keep up with the success of home rebuilds. Thank you again.
Awesome. Thank you, Travis. Exciting work. I'd like to take a minute to mention a project that another group of Startup Moxie students from both the Elkhart and St. Joe program worked on this year. We helped the South Bend Lions with their very first virtual inaugural home game opener. What was super cool about is the students really got to drive all of the PR and marketing and efforts behind the work. They came up with some different competitions to get families involved. And it's been just awesome to be a part of something that ended up being global in nature. This also provided our students with the greatest pivot opportunity I've ever gotten to experience in Startup Moxie over the last 5 years. So a special thank you to Chris, Matt, Tiago, Monica, with the South Bend Lions, and Don Moore, who is with the River and More podcast. It was awesome to get to be on your podcast with the students as well. And we are excited for you to come to South Bend. We welcome you. We can't wait for you to be here, and we can't wait to tailgate with you. So thank you for the opportunity and working with our students. Truly incredible. At this point, I would like to introduce Sean. Sean is going to talk to you about his really cool robotics startup. I will hop back on for a minute. Sean has to refresh his screen. Oh, there he is. Okay, all right. Hello, Sean.
Hello. Hi.
I will get off and you can take over.
Oh, sweet. Please wait a minute while I get the presentation up. Sweet. And all right. Good evening, everyone. And as you already know, my name is Sean Khompengcheng, and this is Khomphe-Tech. Khomphe-Tech is a company that combines my passion for robotics and helping others, since it's dedicated to providing a solution that makes our users feel competent and confident. So before we get into our solution, let's get into my problem. So this is my dad. He's a blue-collar worker who works in a factory, and he makes sure to provide for our family. And I'm sure in everyone's life, there's someone like that. So here's some problems people like my dad face every day. There's always a lack of comfort, hot surfaces, pinch points, and volatile chemicals. And these hazards are always prevalent in any manufacturing facility. And as hazards exist, there's always a chance for injury and death. According to the International Labor Organization, there's over 6 million deaths every year due to work-related injury. So what can this mean? Well, that means a loss in income for your family, which makes it harder to support yourself and your family. So this is where we come in. We introduce a helping hand. A helping hand is a robotic arm that can mimic your movements. So if you make a fist, the hand will make a fist. If you move it around, it will move around. So you may be asking, cool, what can it do? What's the point? Well, let's just say that you can use a hand to do tasks from afar. So you can do, let's say machining from a safe distance, and you're able to feel the same. You're able to feel the same amount as if your own hand from afar. So here's some problems and fixes. It increases safety since you're removed from danger yourself. Less danger means no injury or death, and allows you to keep working, even in a pandemic, since there's no risk of contamination whatsoever. So who could use it? Well, let's say industrial settings, factories, and RV businesses can use it because there's manufacturing facilities. And manufacturing facilities, injury, not possible at all with our hand. Medical and retail, you have to contact with other people. Contact's not possible because you're using the hand. So no risk of contamination whatsoever. So what's a situation this could have worked on? Well, let's take my dad here. He works at a plant, but recently his factory closed down due to the pandemic. And what could have been done? Well, if he used my hand, he would have been able to keep working and from safety and without risk of contamination, our family or himself. So what should you invest now? Let's just say our prototype's been made and it's being ready for testing. And robotics and automation is a fast approaching growing industry with by 2022, there's about $77 billion market value. And right now there's currently over 2,000 factories nationwide with over 700 employees and over 4,000 grocery stores. Think about it. With grocery stores being open daily, how many lives and how can be saved with no contamination whatsoever? So here's some competitors. We have ABB, FANUC, which are veterans in the industrial robotics industry, and new incomers from Boston Dynamics to Amazon. So how do we compete with these big guys? Well, let's just say an industrial robotics goes for $50,000 per unit. Our hand is about $5,000. Our hand is a tenth of the price. Yet we're local. We have a better understanding of the customers. We're versatile since it can do multiple things, and it's affordable and easy to install. So come to my booth and give me a virtual high five. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Sean. Part of the work, and I should have mentioned this earlier, that the Moxie Madness team has also set up, they were able to secure a private donor who was willing to do a match for them. So Moxie Madness, you can visit them in their booth tonight to learn more about their experience, what they learned, why they decided to create a game show for some of our key stakeholders. They had done some research and helping companies provide PD opportunities to have fun with their teams, after hours was one of their goals. And I think they did a great job at that. But you can visit their GoFundMe campaign. Every dollar turns into $2. So any amount that you're able to give helps. Their goal is to reach $7,500. So if you are in a position where you can donate, please do. But definitely stop by the Moxie Madness booth and learn about their experience, their trials. They learned so much, a lot of technology issues in the beginning, but man, did they finish their season strong. So visit the GoFundMe campaign and check out Moxie Madness. Thank you.
All right, so next we'll be turning it over to John Eichstadt. He is a senior at Northridge High School, and he will be giving his pitch.
Hi, everyone. My name is John Eichstadt, and I'm a senior at Northridge High School, and I'm part of the Elkhart County inaugural Startup Moxie group. So I'm going to sort of share with you how I've changed and grown throughout the experience of Startup Moxie, from being a normal high schooler to being somebody who I feel is prepared to go into the real world. So at the beginning of Startup Moxie, I was a very typical high schooler in terms of the fact that it was hard for me to go up and talk to very important people in the community. So on the first day of class, we had an orientation. At the orientation, we had a lot of our board members there who are a lot of local CEOs and business professionals in the area. Lizzie, our director, told us that she wants us to go up to these people, start conversations, and talk to them. At the time, that was obviously a very overwhelming request, given the fact that I had no idea what I was getting into. I didn't know any of the people, and they were all very intimidating to me. Throughout the experience of Startup Moxie, I've learned how to talk to these kind of people through guest speakers and things like that, where you can introduce it to them, network, and be able to share your story with them in order to get a story from them. Another opportunity that I had through Startup Moxie is I had the opportunity to work with the Southland Lions group that Iris had mentioned prior to this. So throughout the whole year, we were working with the Lions to build community through soccer. We were working on locations for the stadium, what a game day might look like, how we can get families to come in and join. About a little over a month ago, they obviously came to us and told us, season's canceled. We need your guys' help to create the game day, virtual game day. It was a very big undertaking, to say the least, and it came out of nowhere. We had to scrap everything that we'd been working on all year, pivot, and then hit the ground running. I would say that our team did a very great job with the leadership from Hunter Renner to put on a successful event. And the pivot really has helped me because it shows that you never know what's going to happen. Something might come out and wipe out everything you've been working on, but you have to be ready to go right away. I can now confidently say that I feel I am prepared to go into the real world and use experiences like this to back up things that may happen. I also believe that the fact that I was able to help put on a global event as a senior in high school is something that will be able to set me apart from years to come in things like interviews and networking opportunities. I've heard a lot from a lot of our board members and administrators that in coming interviews in the future, a lot of people will be asking, what did you do during COVID-19? And I'll be able to say, as a high schooler, I was able to put on a global event to help incorporate community through a soccer team because their season got canceled. And I believe that will set me apart from almost any other candidate. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you, John. I just want to take a minute again to just share our gratitude and thank yous to our community partners. Without you, we wouldn't be able to do what we do. I am a firm believer that our students connect with you, and that changes their mind about our ecosystem and where they live and how they want to, they see themselves living and growing and building companies here. And that's a game changer for us. Without you supporting us, we wouldn't be able to do the work that we do. Special thank you to Startup South Bend Elkhart for supporting us and funding for us, to the Idea Center at Notre Dame. They have been fantastic at helping us, letting our students use the Innovation Lab. They've been a space for us. It's been incredible. The work that I've been able to do with them through Idea Week has really opened a network to us and our students that we never would have had before. So I just want to make sure everybody's aware we can literally not do the work that we do without our community, our schools, and everybody kind of joining in and reaching out and helping our students when we call. So thank you for all that you do and making this possible. At this point, I think we have another pitch ready to go from our college program.
Yes, so next we'll be switching over to our Applied Entrepreneurship program. This is for our college students. Our first pitch will be Haley Miner, and she's a student at IUSB.
Hi, everyone. My name is Haley Miner, and my company is ReUp. One, please. All right, just make sure everyone can see it. Sorry, guys. Give me one sec. All right, so as I said, hi everyone, my company is ReUp Your Closet, or ReUp for short. It's a clothing upcycling service. When I was in my sophomore year of college, I was in a very bad relationship and I gained about 40 pounds in 3 months due to stress. As you can imagine, none of my clothes fit me after this, and I ended up having to give them all away, and I was completely heartbroken. And I'm not the only one. There are many others like me. 72% of the people I interviewed had to give away clothes that they really liked, but just needed simple, minor adjustments. And that's exactly what ReUp is for. So the younger generation is becoming more environmentally conscious. 70% of the people I interviewed try to shop eco-friendly or secondhand. As you can see, the secondhand market is a $24 billion industry and growing every year. So my closest competition right now is independent Etsy shops and tailor shops, mainly because they're in the clothes altering business. But they lack in adding value, being on trend, and are way overpriced. So here's how it works. The clothes I receive upon donation will be upcycled, whether that's with adding paint, fringe, reconfiguring the whole design of the piece, and then they'll be sold online. Aside from that, I will offer styling, customization, alterations, and then obviously my pre-made upcycled pieces. So future milestones, we're planning to launch our website online. Right now, we do have a Facebook page where you can view all of our products. And then we're going to be prototyping Customize My Closet so we can improve a mailing service where we can make upcycling available all over the world. And so there is my team. There's me. I'm an artist. I've been sewing since I was 12, and I've had a love for clothes since as long as I can remember. And then there's Quinn and Nicole, who both specialize in graphic design and website design. And that is all I have for you. Thank you so much. Please check out our booth. And like I said, you can visit our Facebook page.
Thank you, Haley.
So next up, I just want to be able to thank everyone for attending our event. Without all of your guys' constant support, we really wouldn't be able to put on an event like this. This gives students a great opportunity to gain confidence and be able to truly apply everything that they have learned over the course of the entire last year. Without your steady attendance from the community, we would not be able to be prepared to be able to be successful and continue to do the work that we are. So thank you to all the parents, families, community members, every one of you that are here. We truly do appreciate you. So next, I'll be introducing Katrina Lee. She goes to Bethel University, and she'll be doing her pitch.
Lauren and we are going to come back in action to give Katrina a little time to refresh and reboot. This is the fun of doing a live virtual event for the first time. But so far, the platform's not working too bad. Lauren, I wanted to talk a little bit with you about why South Bend, why now, and maybe just get your perspective on what was your favorite tour, if you can remember back to your year in 2019.
Definitely. Yeah. I think right now South Bend has so much up and coming. Prior to my involvement with Startup Moxie being in the program, I really didn't know much else besides Notre Dame. And now I'm more than able to just list off tons of businesses and organizations that are doing really awesome work and don't always get the recognition that they deserve. And so we are on your side, and we are always there to support you, as you guys have done for us. So I think South Bend right now is awesome, and it's the things that are coming in the future are great. When Iris asked me to do my favorite tour or speaker, it's really hard to pick. We are, as students, we are very, very lucky to be able to see so many different aspects of businesses and the work that's happening in our area. I would say probably the first one that popped in my head was Tire Rack. They've always been a very supportive company of us from the very beginning. The Edmonds family has been very supportive, and being able to go to their building and to their offices and really see the work behind the scenes. Often I drive past it while I'm on the toll road, but I never really knew what was in that big building. So being able to kind of learn about their personal journey and the work that they're doing nationwide was really exciting, and to be able to still work with them to this day and how they've been such a great contributor to our program.
Yeah.
So next I will be introducing Rylee Horn and Santiago Migliaro, and they will be pitching on behalf of the Applied Entrepreneurship Program.
Good afternoon, everyone. We are For the Cause Marketing. Thank you for taking time out of your day to listen to our pitch.
Hi, my name is Rylee Horn. I am currently the founder and CEO of For the Cause Marketing. I'm going to be a senior at Holy Cross College in the fall, majoring in business and communications and minoring in marketing and visual arts, and I am a freelance graphic designer.
Hello, my name is Santiago Migliaro. I'm co-founder and CEO of For the Cause Marketing. I'm a recent grad of Holy Cross College, majored in communications and minored in business and marketing, and I'm a freelance photographer. So a quick overview about For the Cause Marketing. Rylee and I's relationship started in our Applied Entrepreneurship program class, which is similar to the Moxie class, except it's for college students, where we were given the opportunity to create a business and take it as far as we possibly could. Rylee and I have been very involved in our communities, are very into service and helping nonprofits. We've both been involved in multiple nonprofits growing up. And that's where we decided to create For the Cause. For the Cause is a marketing firm for nonprofits using student interns to help them do what they do best, help communities grow.
So the market is 1.6 million nonprofits in the United States, and to our surprise, there was 2,596 nonprofits in St. Joe County alone. You may not know that these numbers were so large because nonprofits lack the time, the money, and the skill to be able to market for themselves, which could be potentially very problematic if people that need their help may not even know that they exist. So that's where we come in.
Exactly. That's where we come in. Through validation research, we have found out that these 8 services are commonly asked for when looking at marketing techniques. For the Cause Marketing will be using these services, but charging nonprofits $30 an hour, which is a much lower rate than our competitors around the area. Not only are we offering them at $30 an hour, but we're offering partnership options. So say that a nonprofit wants to use photography and one of our other services multiple times, they'd be able to create a monthly partnership with us that it would be paid at a monthly rate, but it would still be at a flat rate of $30 an hour.
That concludes our pitch. Thank you so much for listening. Feel free to contact us at forthecausemarketing@gmail.com or check out our website, forthecause-marketing.com. And don't forget to come visit our booth to learn more.
Thank you.
Awesome work, you guys. Thank you.
So next up, Iris, I was wondering, how has it been adjusting with the COVID-19 crisis that we are all experiencing right now? How have the programs had to pivot because of that?
Yeah, definitely. That's a great question. I am a firm believer that when life gives you lemons, it's so you can make lemonade and you can learn and grow quickly. I love change and I love making change happen quickly. And I think for us, we are so fortunate to have Laura Bryan on our team and the tech wizard that she has become and already was, but she has brought so many new tools to our our portfolio of what's available, which has really stretched us. We're working on a project right now that we're not able to talk about, but some of what we've had to learn to make sure that our programming was still rigorous and relevant and met students where they were at. We really needed tech to do that. So I think for us, we have not pivoted in terms of our most important mission is to meet students where they're at. It's to support them and to serve them and to push them and challenge them. A lot of students, I think, in America probably got to coast a little bit with e-learning. And I think our students found they had to do the exact opposite. But that's what we're all about. We want to make sure they have something to talk about, when they're being interviewed in a few years about the work that they did during this time. So I would say pivoting to virtual resources and production much quicker than we would, figuring out tools like Hopin for virtual events, a lot of time behind the camera on Zoom, I would say. Lots of hours on Zoom. So.
Great. Yeah, I know this hasn't been an easy adjustment for anyone, especially being a college student. It wasn't easy to come back home and continue my education, but I think you guys have done a great job. So next we have Rain Adams. She'll be pitching her business, and she is a student at Bethel University.
Oh, she'll be pitching her personal story, I think.
Her personal story.
Okay, I think Rain is refreshing. I can hang tight here until I think she's working on it. Just really quick. Oh, there she is. Hi, Rain.
Hi.
How are you? We will
great. How about yourself?
Let you have the main stage. It's so good. It's so good to see you.
Good to see you too. Okay, it's moving a little slow here, but I do think that I'm on. Hi, everybody. My name is Rain Adams. I'm from Live Beyond Inspired. I don't have a lot of time to talk to you, so I'm going to give you what I can. And after this, I'm going to tell you how to come and get some more. But I wanted to talk to you about the entrepreneurship journey, especially the journey that I had. Entrepreneurship will show you who you are and what you are made of. I had health problems and health issues, and there were days that I did not even want to get up and go to class. My classmates were amazing. My professor was amazing. The program was amazing. And it showed me what I was made of. I didn't give up and I didn't let go. And that's what entrepreneurship is all about, is to keep plucking away at it. And that's what I did. Then I had personal life issues go on, but guess what? That's life. That's entrepreneurship. It's going to happen. And at the end of the day, I overcame it and I defeated it and I moved forward. But with the help of, I had mentors, I had team members, I had coaches, I had people to help me along the way in the entrepreneurship journey, especially a business coach. And I needed the help of everybody to come help formulate to get my business together. And without them, I don't think it could have happened. This has been a super long journey for me that has crystallized in a span of 20 years that have crystallized in just this past year with the way that the program put together, how you do entrepreneurship, how you learn. And it has been an amazing journey for me. And it has helped me to move forward in life. It's helped me to know who I am as a person. It's helped me to know that you can make your dreams come true. So I'm here to tell you, don't give up on your hopes and dreams. Don't give up on your business. The world needs you right now. Keep moving forward, keep forging forward, even if it's a little bit at a time. And so my time is coming closely to an end. And I would like to say, come visit me in my booth at Live Beyond Inspire so we could talk about it some more. Love you all.
Thank you. Thank you, Rain. That's awesome. We are actually going to bounce right to our next presenter. Katrina Lee is back from Bethel University. Really excited for you to get see her booth. You are on, Katrina. Take.
There I am. Hello. I am going to share my screen. Just a moment. And hide. Okay, I'm Katrina Lee, founder of Let's Celebrate, where we believe life is worth celebrating. I've polled several employees at different locations throughout the community just to see how engaged they were at their current companies, if they felt appreciated or if they were engaged. Said that they did not feel connected or appreciated by their employer. Well, I like to share where I work. We celebrate our employees not just once a year, but throughout the year with a holiday celebration, ice cream socials, coffee bars, and a spring employee appreciation picnic, which I host. We have had surveys of our employees about how they feel about the celebrations, and they love it. They feel appreciated, and employees do their best work and want to continue to be a part of your team when they feel connected. So what's the solution? You celebrate them, right? Let's Celebrate provides consultation and party event services to companies. We can help companies celebrate their employees, their company's growth and achievements through private corporate events. When a connection is created, a relationship is developed, and the results are clear. Employees engagement escalates, retention rises, and productivity increases. It's a win for you. It's a win for your employees. With $5.4 billion in revenue last year and a projection of 1.5% growth over the next couple of years, and we are happy to provide it. I am not new to this party, as you can see, with 15 holiday events completed and many other personal events. We offer different celebratory packages to fit each unique need, including what we call delight packages, which are quick daytime events. We feel that we can create any package to fit your company's need. If you are looking for someone to host your work event, I'd love to host an event for you, and I can be reached at Katrina Lee at letscelebratenow.com. Thank you.
Thank you, Katrina. That was great. I think we all deserve a celebration after this event. So that concludes our student pitches for the evening. So just a few points as we wrap up. I want to encourage all of you to go to the booths, talk to students. You are able to request in a video chat and talk to them. It is limited to 10 people at video chatting at one time, but as many as you can view the conversation as you want. So I encourage you to go talk to the students, ask them questions, and buy their products or their services. If you're having a hard time finding their vendors, you in the top left corner, you could search by either their last name or the business. If not, it is listed alphabetical by the student's last name. Thank you again for all attending with us, and we will come back in about an hour or so, and Iris will give us some final points.
One quick question. Are we doing a polls? Are we voting? Can somebody tell me? Is that happening? Voting on your yes, a resounding yes. So there will be a poll, I believe, on the right hand side of your screen where you can vote for your favorite booth. We will be announcing the winner at the end of the event. So please visit as many booths as you can and vote so we can get a great, poll going. Okay. Thanks so much.
Great. Thank you.